I think this might be recording. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to create an event in Facebook and for your Soroptimist Club. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to share my screen. Bear with me. This is the first time I've made a video this way. Okay, so Facebook. This is my Facebook page, and you can tell that at the top by looking at where it says my name, and it's got my little picture. So I'm going to go into my Soroptimist Club. There it is. Oh, clicked the wrong button. All right, so I'm going to go right into my club. Now it's going to look a little different if you're on a phone or a device that's running the app as opposed to the website, but this is it. So on the left-hand side here, we're going to go events, and then you're going to create an event. And you can see here, I've got an upcoming event and I have past events. And today we're going to create an event. So you can upload a picture by picking any picture out there. Sure, let's pick, let's pick that one. And then you pick a name. Pretend event for video. Excellent. So because I am creating it within the Soroptimist International of Chilliwack Facebook page, that's the location it's choosing. If I were going to have it at a different place, I could delete this and I could put in any place. I could put in a city. I could put in the fact that it's going to be at the bowling alley. I could put this is the restaurant where we meet monthly, our club. And so it popped up first because that is the address associated with our club on Facebook. I'll just pick that one. Now, here's where you can pick a co-host. So if I were to be having this, like let's say I'm going to have this at the Coast Hotel. So the Coast Hotel does not have the ability for me to use them as a co-host. But when you go down here, you can create or give anybody who has liked your page the ability to co-host this. So for our pretend event, let's just say I'm going to give Carrie, who is one of our club members, access to admin, and I'm also going to give Soroptimist of Greater Victoria, because let's say that they're going to come and do this pretend event with us. So they would have full access to edit anything that I'm about to create on this event, and then after this event is published, they would have just as much access to edit anything that I would have access to. So here's where you would put your information. You'd put your date, your time, location. It helps if you spell properly. Your details, blah, 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 blah. Whatever you want, right? Category. Now, the more information that you give, the easier it will be for people on Facebook to find you if they're looking for something. So if they're looking for this exact event, then they would obviously just search by the name, or they would go onto your club's page and look for events that you're hosting. But if it's just somebody in the community who's like, hey, I like events, I wonder what's going on in my community, this is the sort of thing where you would target them. So for our pretend event, I will say that it is a cause. Sure, why not? Frequency, it's only occurring once, and it's going to occur on this date. It is from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Or let's make it 10 p.m. Who am I kidding? I'll be fast asleep by then. Okay. Now, if you had an event that was multiple days long, like a conference, you could go in and do this, and then you would customize your dates and times here. And this is where you would pick, you know, on this day, it actually starts at 4 p.m. and goes until 9 p.m. And then on this day, it's a full day where it's going to start at 9 a.m. and go until 6 p.m. And then on this day, it's, you guys get the point, right? 4 till whatever the heck. And then you would hit, oh, I botched that. Anyway, done. Okay, so now there's 3 particular dates and times as opposed to just one. If you wanted to add a keyword, again, this is where other people searching for you could find you. So let's say that it is, it's family. No, let's see. So just pretty much start typing female and see if anything comes up as a keyword. So it's community. No, they don't have a lot of those options. Let's say it's a fundraiser. There we go. So it's a fundraiser. Oh, kid friendly. There you go. It's kid friendly. And this would be, maybe let's say it's a conference. They don't have that either. It's a meeting. Nope, they don't really have that. But it's going to be about women or possibly business. There you go. So you can always create your own keywords. Like I could put in women and then just leave it. But these are keywords that obviously other people have used, so they may work better than just ones that you make up. If I want people to be able to message this group or this event specifically, then I would turn on. I would prefer to keep that off because then they can message the club. The more avenues of communication that you give people, the less likely you are to remember how they contacted you. So if you're asking people to RSVP through Eventbrite or through an email or through a phone, maybe turn messaging off. But if you're asking people to RSVP through Facebook, then maybe turn messaging on. If you're selling tickets on a website or Eventbrite, this is where you would put that link. And then here, anyone can post, but they have to be approved. Anyone can post and they're not approved, or only hosts can post. If it's something that's just an open community event, I usually leave it at the top one where it defaults anyway. And then if we're displaying a guest list, if you don't think people are going to have a problem with their name being attached to something, you can always leave it open like this. And then they could be like, oh, my friend's going, that might be something I'm interested in too. But if it's a private issue, like if it's something about, if it's something that you don't think people are necessarily going to want the public to know that they're going to, which I can't imagine that would be the case with any of our Soroptimist events, then you might want to unclick it. And then all you do is go ahead and you hit publish. Now, you can hit this and schedule this to be done later. So let's say, okay, so right now it's 10:14 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. And I happen to know that the best time for my area of Chilliwack to be on Facebook is Fridays at 6 to 7 p.m. So let's say I'm going to schedule this for the first Friday, the most recent Friday at 6, and let's make it 6:30 p.m. and then I hit schedule. Okay, so now this event would be scheduled at that point in time. I'm not going to hit it because, well, sure. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this and just publish it now to show you what that would look like. And I'm going to schedule it for, I'm going to try to unschedule it. There. So this is it. It is published. It is live. It is pretend, so I will be deleting it later, but you can see all the information that I put. There's a co-host that's pending, or 2 co-hosts that's pending. Here's the information I gave it, the name, the date, the picture, information about the dates and times, the location, and also there'll be a map associated with that. Here's the information that I put in. Here are some of the keywords that were used, and as you can see, people are able to message. This is previous photos that Facebook pulled off of my Facebook page, because this is the Soroptimist International of Chilliwack posting this, not me as Amy, and previous events that the club has done, again, because it's the club page posting this, and about the venue. So it's actually a really great tool for every aspects to do with events. And even if it's an event that is free, I highly suggest that you utilize this free site. Facebook is a fantastic way of advertising without costing any money, not taking a lot of time, and being fairly user-friendly. So I could then click that I was going, and I'm going to go to all 3 days. And then if I wanted to invite my friends, this is where I would go to do that. And Carrie is already, I've asked her to be an admin. Oh, I should probably warn her that I created a fake event. So here's where I would go through, and I would find a bunch of people that I think might want to come to this event. And then I would click send invite. I'm not going to, because I don't want to confuse these people with my fake event. Here's where you could also share this as a post on your page or on a page that you manage, such as your club or a different other group. And that's where you would do that. And then you could type, check this out, or whatever you wanted to in your post. And then here you could do a couple other things as well. And then up here is where you would edit it if you needed to edit anything. You also have these same abilities here, up here, and then here's where you could pay for advertising. Now, I am going to, how do I delete this puppy? Cancel event. We're going to cancel the event. We're going to delete the event, and it's going to be as if nothing ever happened. If we canceled it instead, the guests that had RSVP'd would be notified that the event was canceled. But as this was a pretend event, we're not going to do that. So now, how I mentioned earlier that I know that the Chilliwack women are on Facebook at a certain date and time, I go up to Insights up here, and I go to local over here. Now, if you do not have an address associated with your page, you will not have this local button. I suggest you pick any address in town and just put it in so that you are able to find out some information. Now, this is the address that's associated with my page, and as you can see, it's pulling a very small circle. There's not going to be a lot of people in this area because it's only 1 meter from that address. So I'm going to choose V2P, which is pretty much all of Chilliwack as far as postal codes go. And you can see that the top age group for people in Chilliwack is 25 to 34. And the busiest times that they're on Facebook are from 6 to 7 p.m. on Friday, which is why whenever I do scheduled posts, they are between 6 and 7 p.m. on Friday. And if you do not have your address in here, I highly suggest that you put it in here. You can pick a home address, you can pick a restaurant or a place where you do your meetings, which is what we have for ours. And so here, if you go about, this is where you would have that information posted. So 9360 Yonge happens to be where we have our monthly meetings at the Rendezvous Restaurant, which is why I have chosen that. If you do not have a place where you meet regularly, you could choose a club member's address or where you have your post office box located, or you could pick City Hall. As long as you have an address on your page, you'll be able to access through the Insights tab the local, which tells you all about the people in your area. And it's a really, really great area or page and place to find information about the people that you're trying to target. It's no surprise that the majority of people that like our page are women, considering that we target specifically to women. But take a look. We actually have a good number of men in this demographic as well. So this Insights tab tells you a lot of information that you may want to read and utilize so that you know how to post more effective and get more bang for your buck, even if you are spending $0 on advertising. So I'm just going to go ahead and end this video. If there's any other questions that you guys have, or you would like me to make any more videos about any form of social media or public relations, just let me know and I'm happy to do so. And now I'll see if this worked and I'll try to post it on YouTube. Okay, bye guys, see you later.